This afternoon, I have Steve Kurtz from Greenridge Forest Products up in Cochranton, PA. And Steve is one of about 10 business owners that I've interviewed. A little bit different about Steve today is that it is now May 15th, and we've been through the initial shock of the COVID, the shutdown, and all of the different things that are happening. So we're sort of in a different phase. But I just want to start, Steve, by not only welcoming you, but also asking you to just give a quick snapshot of what it was like from when it first kicked off this whole shutdown thing to where you are now.
Okay, thanks for having me on, Ken. It was gut-wrenching. Like, it was like, what is going to happen, or the unknown was like, it was like your stomach felt like it had acid in it, is what I felt like. So up until now, it was just like a moving through, like we had to focus on what we could do instead of what we had lost, if that provides you what you were asking.
Yeah. So Steve, probably should have done this up at first. When we talk about forest products, what is it that you do? What is it? What product and service do you provide?
Okay, so we buy timber. We cut lumber into grade lumber, railroad ties, blocking for pallets. We focus on doing grade lumber, which is provided for flooring. It's provided for furniture, desks, you name it, cabinets. We have also pulpwood that goes to the pulpwood plants for paper or for boards like flooring and stuff like that. They make pulpwood use.
So we've talked a couple times, Steve and I have talked a couple times throughout this whole shutdown, and I know there's been some real rough rides along the way, and there's been a little bit of help. So Steve, you did receive some of the PPP money from the government. Has that taken some pressure off of you?
Yes, it has taken a lot of pressure off of me. I've also received a grant from Pennsylvania, which has also helped. With this whole impact, prices are dropping dramatically, and so therefore it was a big relief to have received that.
So you, like a lot of other industries, are going to see different buying habits from people, and in your business, buying habits changes prices. So what are you preparing for? How are you preparing for the change in how buyers are making decisions?
So there's sort of like two different ways we can go about this, and that is to try to build better relationships with buyers so that we know more what they need, so that we can provide that. And also on the flip side is to be there for the landowners that have timber, to be in front of them so that we can help them through this time, because there's people that have timber, they don't know that they have timber, and we can help them out of this situation by being able to buy the timber from them. So it's helping them, but it's also, in return, it'll help us.
So as far as helping people, tell me about your staff. How are you managing, keeping them, maintaining them? What are you saying to them as you're moving into this new phase?
So the staff, we can keep on working. So that is a plus, and it's a little bit easier for the staff because we can keep on working. The price drop is where it's affecting us, and so they don't see that necessarily that much. So therefore, our staff is probably not quite as effective as some people. So it's a little bit easier for me to help my staff in that way, because I can keep them working.
So what advice, knowing what you know and having gone through what you're going through, what advice would you give business owners about moving forward from where we are today, all the way into the fall and possibly into next year? What advice would you give them?
The biggest advice that I can give is we can never get back. We can never get what we lost. We have to focus on the future and what we have instead of the past. And I think if we can do that, we will be much further ahead in a year from now, because we will have spent quality time looking what we can improve instead of what we lost.
Wise words, wise words. Well, Steve, thank you very much for just spending a couple minutes